Ha! Hello. I was just setting up my new outfit. Let me put it on, hang on. For my new deck today, of course. Well, not new. For my continuing adventures in the Armor Striker community today. I'm gonna dress up Kuma right. There we go, I'm looking at it. If anyone's even vaguely curious how I do this, by the way. Here's what I do. I've taken apart all the pieces from all the things I've made, and I've got a little wardrobe, and I put them together, different combos, armored, SOF, da-da-da-da-da. All this sort of stuff. That's how I do it. Let me close that though, I'm good with that now. What's this, This music's too hype, hang on. What's this posting? Who's posting what? Let me see. Broken Arrow. Oh, it's Edmund. Edmund is a poster, yes. Okay. Opened up, but we're actually still 25% off starting this new update, so you gotta wait a second. It's not currently like 4 PM anywhere, is it? Current time in GMT. 9:41, no. I think like towards the end of my stream, or like maybe halfway through it, they'll take the servers down for an hour to release an update today. Hang on, just opening and closing some stuff. Twister says it could be useful for a how to recon match. What roles does recon fill? Oh, it could be useful to play a how to recon match. What roles does recon fill? What location should you go to avoid? What can recon do or not do? Yeah, it depends if you have fighting recon or not, right? Server's down for an hour. Good time for quick render of Sigma. How long have I got till this update's done? I shouldn't have started yet. I didn't realize there was an update coming. I have 16 minutes. Okay, we got 16 minutes to chill. What do you want to do for 16 minutes? Let's see. I can think about decks. Let me just put like a waiting screen, not like my waiting screen. I guess I can just sit on my desktop actually. So I'll leave it up actually. I'll make the music a little chill again. Chill. Yeah, Into the Breach is always chill. Quick ABA? Yeah, I need to drink some water too. I've got the sniffles. Anyone got any other questions? Now's the time for the Recon one, Nuclear Twister. I don't know, like I kinda have played Recon, like very Recon heavy in the phase 1s of matches yesterday. And some of them, sorry, not day before yesterday, and some of them yesterday as well. Someone in my YouTube comments summed up 3 styles of this game as, like, being kind of like passive recon creep with artillery versus being like static defensive versus being aggressive with like vehicles and stuff, right? Trying to find a song that's like kind of chill. And in that sense, let's get to my music off. I can't think. Some reason I just get overstimulated. I can't think of music on. Anyway, in that sense, Recon fills in the artillery style. Like Recon is good for like a siege tank crawl in StarCraft terms, like a slow push. Like you always want some Recon. Don't get me wrong, but like as in just like spamming Recon. So far in my limited experience of the game, that seems to be the way to go against a static player. So the way they put up, and I agree with their analysis in that sense, well not analysis, but their thought, is Recon spam is going to be a static defender because you will find the static positions and artillery them. And then you punish the enemy for having units on the field just sitting still. So that's a good one. But to counter artillery and thus Recon spam, because Recon's main advantage is you're spawning targets to be killed by other things. So to counter that artillery spam focus, you can play very like aggressive or just even mobile with vehicles. So like mobile vehicle play isn't going to fall down to artillery as much because it's really hard to artillery moving targets. But then the mobile vehicles are going to have trouble breaching a like deep or wide line of cheap defensive infantry. But of course, the static defensive infantry are going to lose to the artillery. So it's you can kind of look at it. You know, how true is that? I don't know. It's just a comment someone left on YouTube, but it's stuck in my head. And so far, it seems to hold true. You can kind of look at it as a rock paper scissors, I guess. So that's interesting. Um, in that sense, what recon can do for you, if you're like just spamming a lot of recon, is they can obliterate a player who's just sitting still. And I think they have a big place in phase one for that reason, because you can be quite cheap. You can deploy just a small economical investment of recon and then some artillery, and you can be useful for phase one. You can allow the enemy to take a zone and just be like, have it, and then hit them with artillery. But the problem is, that works great against a newer player, but as soon as you come up to someone who understands then that they should go mobile and pressure you, you have nothing to stop their push. And we saw that kind of happen to me yesterday at the start, where I was doing that style because that recon style worked so well on the first day against all the new players who were just sitting still. But then I ran into that player who started to ram me with tanks, and even though it didn't take the point from me, really, it didn't take the zone from me, it inflicted pressure on me that I had to deal with. That's not to say that we can't still do this style, but then we have to. I think looking at it, you probably want to do two styles, right? Like you probably want to do, in that sense, a combination of the style that's going to punish the enemy for doing the thing you expect, and then the style that counters them for doing the thing to stop your style. So in that sense, if I had invested more in cheap defensive infantry, I could have blunted those pushes really hard. Right? Because if I'm out reconning them, then they're not reconning me. Because if I have a smattering of recon infantry all throughout between our front lines in the no man's land, that means they don't, probably, because they, of course, would have to have their recon infantry in the same patches of wood that I'm pushing through. So I'm winning the recon war, I'm winning the special forces war in that theoretical scenario. So then, let's take that first match of yesterday, if you all were there and remember it, where that tank player started bloodying me on Suwalki. What if I had been playing Airborne SOF, or I'd been, Airborne plus whatever I was doing, Airborne plus Marines, and I had done the recon style, but I had put a whole bunch of cheap defensive toes and shit all through the buildings, and then I would have eaten those tanks up. And that would have done great, right? That would have been awesome. And I guess if you look at it another way, what's the other combo? The other combo is, I think you combo artillery with both, I guess, because the other combo is like aggressive tank play, and that gets stopped by static infantry. So what stops static infantry? Artillery. I don't think there's a world where you go defensive infantry and aggressive tanks. Like, I don't know, when does that make sense? I guess if the enemy is playing a certain way against you, like if they're not playing artillery against you, but like, eh. But yeah, like it seems like either going static defenders. No, I mean, ideally you want all three as well, I guess. Like, you don't have to play rock, paper, scissors. Like, ideally you just bring all three, especially in phase two. But all three of them had their place, let's put it that way. But I guess to open, especially in phase one, and as a thing to keep pressure and tempo on the enemy, either if you're going to be a static defender, then play defense and put your cheap teams up, and then do recon and artillery to pressure the enemy. Or if you're going to be aggressive, have your artillery there to punish the static defenders you run into, I suppose. Dom says, is your crayons deck from YouTube still up to date on the release patch? No, it's got a bunch of changes you have to make to fit it in, because a lot of the prices got changed. We actually, on yesterday, we played with the deck once or twice and changed it up to work. But I'd probably like to tweak it again. I need to take some time to actually record some videos soon. Oh, only 4 minutes till we're done now? Nice. Twister says, thanks. I need to either be more mobile or more aggressive. I'm getting too passive. I'll set up a defensive line and focus on support instead of pressing the enemy. Yeah, I think the big thing to remind myself and yourself there is that there is generally only one line for the enemy. Like that, okay, maybe there's like one or two lines right next to each other. But it, like, generally, if you are playing against a person, a lot of the time, I think, if you're playing over, let's say, 3 points top to bottom, like south, middle, north, A, B, C, south, middle, north, and yours is south and their natural is north, and then you fight over B in the middle, right? So they have C, you have A, and you're fighting over B. I think it's very easy to be like, oh, I'll barely be able to take B, let alone I could never think about taking their C point. But the truth is, a lot of players only have one bunch of really effective units, and they're going to be fighting wherever the front line is. So as you push them back, it's not really about I have to fight twice as many units because I want to take 2 zones. It's just I've managed to push the same fight further. I've taken more ground all the way back to their C point. And that's something I fall prey to and have to remember to avoid more, is the thought of like, oh, taking more than one zone is more than one hard. Like, it is, but not for the sense of like combat forces you have to fight usually, but more because the further you push, the more you're going to be vulnerable to air support and artillery from the enemy team, because you're closer to their backline, and farther from your backline, which protects you from artillery and air support. But like the actual ground game, it's not so bad. You just got to make sure you're really on top of your AA, I think, and stay moving from airstrikes. I've played the campaign only in the betas. What niche do you feel like helis fill, if any? Helicopters are, they can be used for anything, but like helicopters are easiest used as a defensive tool. It's easiest to go like they're more survivable air support than a jet, because a jet's always going to get targeted unless you blow up all the AA. But a helicopter can dance around the SHORAD ranges close to the front line, and that's much easier done if the enemy is breaking through. If the enemy breaks through with aggressive play, like helicopters are the #1 threat to tanks there, because a helicopter can come around a corner and kill like 3 tanks in 10 seconds, and as long as you don't get shot down by SHORAD in those 10 seconds, you're going to most likely ever get those kills or force all those tanks to smoke and run away. So helicopters are very, very good for reacting defensively. They're fast enough that they can react anywhere. One thing about helicopters too is I guess they're kind of like artillery in that you can project that firepower anywhere, whereas with conventional ground units, you need to take time to move around the battlefield and get places to get to a fight. But helicopters can be there. They can just react. I might change when I play helicopter, like when I don't play Armor Strike, when I play decks of helicopters again today. I might change my longbows that are like 350 points of double longbow, double Hellfire racks, to be more standard gunships that are a bit cheaper, so I feel better about using them. Because I kind of want to just have like one loitering a bit closer to my lines, because I want to try using helicopters more. I think just like I got better by using armor yesterday by spamming it, I want to do more of that to start. But then I kind of want to do like, I don't know, it sounds really stupid, and I don't want to throw for my team, but I'm going to try it at least once, I think. I want to try like a very helicopter-focused match as well. Because in the same way, I want to understand the enemy. I want to learn the ins and outs by doing of helicopters, and, I had tanks on my other decks, but until I said I'm only doing tanks this match, really, I just didn't push myself to learn them. I think it's the same with helos. Like, on the first match I was doing alright, of release, or early release, I was doing Comanches. I kind of want to play, like, SOF Airborne again, and really spam helicopters, and, learn it that way. What other good questions were there? Let's see. Tamwin said, why don't you ever use mortar smoke to get your melee delta in? I'm often not having mortars on the front. I don't know. Below, ask more question in DMs. Oh, I have 10 pings. What did you ask? It's like 3x becomes 6. I don't know. I don't know the math, Euchre. That makes sense. Can I preload supplies and troops into transports? Yes. Yes. A single transport can have both troops and supplies. Yep. In your opinion, says I have option for both MML or Slam Ram. They do completely different things. MML is SHORAD, Slam Ram is HIMAD. Completely different things. Slam Ram is what you bring for taking down jets. MML is there to, well, you can do both, I guess, because the Slam Ram can take side or other shit for helicopters, I guess, for sidewinders. But MML is SHORAD. Slam Ram is HIMAD. That's a big difference. HIMAD being long range AA, The MML seems really good, according to people. I don't think I've actually used it yet. We took it in the deck and then we never used it. But the MML seems really good for sure, according to others. Like, apparently it's very good at intercepting missiles. CRAM plus Pack 3 combo is so fun. Oh, yeah? Is the CRAM better than the PIVADs for interception? Because the stats didn't look like that was the case, but, reality is different to what's on paper. Have you used the serum? Is it good? Where do chest crowns go? That's what the marine loadout. This is my armor loadout. That's why there's different outfits and shit, Here, my marines. My crowns are right here when I'm a marine. But we're armor striker right now. Found this Uran's perform better? Okay, cool. Berlin says SOF Striker is bad. Can't really capture points of it. No holding ground against tanks. Yeah, I haven't thought to try SOF Striker yet. Can we see or attempt some more Striker gaming today? Yeah, I'm going to do Armor Striker to start. Probably Armor Striker, and then I might go completely the opposite direction and do SOF Airborne again to do helicopter matches. I want to say matches, but if I end up completely throwing Destruction Score in the first match I do it, I probably won't do it again because I won't want to let my team down. So we'll see. Before I play, I don't want to change the deck up. I could probably have my music back on now. So here's Armor Striker, which we were playing yesterday. Genesis says, C was apparently bugged in network test. They feel pretty good now. Okay. I never used them. I've never really used them before. I've seen the Marines plus SOF Dream. Yeah, that is a deck I do want to play. What do I want to change here? There's something I wanted to change. Maybe there wasn't. Maybe that was just the helicopters and I'm not using helos here. I think when I played yesterday, I was like, oh, it turns out I need more strikers because these ones are too expensive to make a striker pack. I guess you could do the AMPVs, but they haven't got the road speed. But you could roll out like a striker RV Javelin trophy with scouts. And then you could bring an AMPV with like mech rifles and mech engineers. And then like, you know, maybe 2 AMPVs. And they're not that much slower. With all the upgrades, they're only 10 slower than a fully tricked out striker, so they can keep up. And then, like, some striker Shorad. I think the big thing in the last match I played yesterday also is, like, I rolled out really expensive and kept calling shit in, and I was really money-starved the whole match. I think it'd be better to try and play Phase 1, where nothing is worth many points. Much cheaper, so I have that big floated bulge in Phase 2, which then helps the economy a lot for the rest of the match. Because otherwise, I just felt so strained on points the whole time. That said, yesterday, it's not like I wasn't getting my units in. I was calling a lot of shit in. I want to use the Booker today, too. I think I'll roll out of a Booker just so I can try it. Because I didn't really use it yesterday. Also, these tanks are so expensive. I wonder, like... Definitely in the mid-game, I needed more tanks. That's where the advantage of having the cheaper ones comes in. I wonder if there's, like... any thought of doing this the opposite way, where you go the cheap SEP... Oh, the cheap SEP can't get it. I was going to say the cheaper SEP getting all of the whistles, but then it's only like a little bit cheaper. I was going to say then the expensive SEP taking it down to 280. And using this one for tank on tank, because it has the best tank on tank performance. But then every Russian tank has ATGM, so I don't know. I think I'll just play again. But I could definitely see myself bringing, I don't know, maybe even the battleship, but like maybe some like cheap striker ATGMs and stuff like that to spam through enemy APS in the future. One of my mistakes yesterday, or one of my things to work on from yesterday's last match, was, and I said this in previous matches, once again, not having enough force. Like, I need to not just have 1 or 2 tanks when there's a lot of enemies, or 1 or 2 javelins. I need to have like a lot at once to get through APS. It's important. Because one thing I'm not paying attention to, someone pointed out yesterday, is the fire rate. Like, they don't show rate of fire here still, right? But do they show it here? No. They still don't really show the rate of fire on weapons, which sucks. But you can see aim time 3 to 4. Aim time 2 to 3. No, that's the Bushmaster. Aim time 1 to 2, okay. So, toes fire off way quicker. So that is worth noting. That is an advantage Bradleys have over AMPVs, is the missile is out faster. Reload time? Yeah, reload time is higher. Pros and cons, I guess. It's also, I want to play Airborne again, and I want to retool the Airborne deck completely to be defensive. Where is it? Open armor plus air. I want to retool this one, because I think that person was right. Drop a lot of the AMPV neck rifle assault idea gaming. Go way harder on the weapon squads. And try to use them more. Try to use more of the powerful airborne units, and then bring back all the cheap toes, or even with Saber, but either way, like the cheap and effective toe teams, and just sprinkle them everywhere. Just be a really annoying dug-in tick defensively, and then follow that up with artillery, and shell the shit out of the enemy. So probably get a bigger, like, tab here as well, and maybe get a second rocket arty. Go attack him. Harry says, most Victos also have 2 in mag for APS. Yeah. Yeah, I want to test out how fast they fire one after the other. Anyway, let's play. I'm going to do Armored Striker first. But then I want to do the Helo spam. Then he says, any Abrams is like a weapon of victory. You can remove tanks from Russia altogether. You have followed the path of the developers of Warno. Good luck to you. Dance to Uncle Sam's tune. It's not a game, it's a time killer. Disgusting beta test. That's my favorite copy pasta. I don't know if it's going to be mirror matches all day again today, because apparently they've just... Apparently Russians were still having connection issues, and apparently they've made a new solution, like temporary solution, where they've set up local servers in Russia and the CIS, which makes sense, but it seems like when the Russian players couldn't connect, almost everyone was playing America. It kind of seems like there's like just a very like actual IRL translating to in-game bias, which makes sense of all us fucking Western players are playing US. And so if they take all of the Russian players out of our matchmaking servers, it's going to be mirror matches all the time, which kind of sucks. Someone says... Oh wait, Benny says the mirror match button being broken when you do a grip load doesn't help. Oh, well good, there's a Russian team, excellent. What do you mean, the mirror match button is broken? Oh, in a group lobby, I see what you mean. I don't do group lobbies, so I wouldn't see it. I don't think we've done Dead Center yet, that'll be fun. Tamwin says, I think the... Oh, hang on. Don't yap now. Pick the deck. I think the defensive strategy kind of needs to win the ace command and deploy ahead, because how do you push that strategy? Slowly with artillery. Grunty, grunty, grunty. I didn't check them all. Grunty, grunty, grunty. Armored soft. A little bit flimsy, a little bit flimsy. Okay. And they are flimsy, grunty, grunty. Basically, if I see like a tank half in a deck, I just call it grunty right now. Grunty, grunty. Well, ask away, Euchre. But I'm about to not be able to respond to it because I'm about to lock in, I reckon. What's the question, Euchre? Aldrich says, anyone encountering the typical RTS MOBA BM bullshittery has been mostly sane humans? I mean, most people are sane, even in MOBAs, but we had a hilarious teammate yesterday. We had a few interesting ones. You just gotta kind of deal with it. The fucker who leached my supplies for their HIMARS and then kept firing their HIMARS from my supply dumps and then, like, bitched me out at the end saying, you're a bad player! Okay. I really want to play SOF again today to do Raptor ASF. Okay, so again, I'm probably not going to roll out till after this. Ooh. What are we doing here? This is... What map is this? This is Central Village. I know Central Village, I know this map. My best place to fight would be over here, I think. So why don't we roll out with... I could go do Mad Max if I roll out quick. Roll out like a Striker RV Javelin. A Striker M Shorad. If I want to stay fast... Hang on. Striker RV Javelin. Actually bring the Scouts. Striker Shorad.
Roger. We're on the move. Moving out.
Get back to that in a second.
Viper copies. Viper standing by.
Go low.
Viper ready.
Okay, it's kind of my job to engage more, I think, depending on how many they have. If they have like an overwhelming number of jets, I don't engage.
New course set.
But it's kind of my job to take their attention so that the Raptors can engage with their stealth.
Inbound. Fighting Falcon here. New bearing set.
Oh, that's their ground spawn? Fuck!
Taking his frag.
Oh no.
New heading set.
I did not realize their ground spawn was there. I was watching that one over to the right. Damn.
Striker ready.
Uh-oh, map unfamiliarity. Unfamiliarity? Lots of helos there. Okay, I'm gonna roll out more of this. At least I got 1 for 2, but yeah, I didn't need to lose those Vipers. I could have got 1 enemy jet and then fallen back. But I'm gonna call in some more strikeys. I could definitely call in an AMPV. If I wait a little bit more, I can get some troopers too. Let's go like 50, 65, bring some mech rifles AA. And let's just do this. I think I'll try not to call in any more troops than this for all of Phase 1, so I can build up those points for Phase 2. Where are the helos pink? So I changed all the enemy player colors. Ooh, look at that. That's cool. This is like a really wide map for flanks. That makes sense to do, actually. That's cool. I changed all the colors to be more distinct from each other on the enemy team. Hey, what's up, Lord Argo? Are you the Giga Chad for a 3-watch stream streak? Thank you very much. Okay, they're capping. No. Do you have troops in there? No. They have nothing. They're just chilling, so I'll still cap it.
Already there. Personal carrier ready.
I want to use this ability. I have designs on, like, going all the way around on the roads and fucking with their supply lines.
Armor transport standing by. Good copy.
I think I'll just leave some scouts here, and then we'll carry on, actually.
The further they fall. Your eyes and ears, sir. Recon
You can
team.
go there, but then just, like, come and hide in the woods.
Move your asses, maggots. Roger. Moving out. Air defense ready for action. Good copy. Next waypoint received.
I do like to go fast with the strikers. I do like it. They're cool little things, honestly. Like, the amount of shit they have on them. They're cool little units. So I wonder if I can handle grass. I kind of like the look of outgrass, but if I put the grass on, do my frames die? Seems alright. Battlefield's kind of easier to see about the grass, though, I think. It kind of tricks me into thinking that's woods, which it isn't. And there's something up ahead of me. I want to look at it.
Reconnaissance is good to go.
That floor post is going to see me.
Anti-aircraft standing by.
Let's take it out and help those guys out at the same time.
Pedal to the metal. Roger.
Likely that saw me.
Troop transport
Oh,
reporting in.
hang on, we got target here too.
Anti-aircraft here at your command. Reconnaissance standing by. Recon team reporting in.
Hello!
Striker here.
What are we up to over here then?
Your eyes
Goodbye.
and ears,
Damn,
sir.
the Striker Shroud firing Hellfire and Stinger at the same time is cool.
Troop transport ready. Striker reporting in.
On my way.
Already there.
Ooh. I'm on my way a lot.
Maneuver.
This won't last forever, this will get taken out by stuff. Whoa! That hurts an amazing amount.
Smoke deployed.
What the hell?
Waiting for.
Oh, this has no smoke either, so I gotta be careful.
Send your order. Moving there now. Anti-aircraft here. Driver, reverse.
Didn't use the APS, nice. Okay, and now we probably want to fuck off. Like, they've got quite a bit of meat there.
Roger. Moving in next.
Cruise missiles!
Striker here. We're combat ready. Personal carrier here.
Just dodge through the missiles! Oh, it's like cluster? Oh, but we survived it somehow? Well, I'm not gonna survive the incoming tank shells.
What can I do for you? Get the fuck out of here.
Whoa, my god, I'm surviving the incoming tank shells.
Striker standing by.
Well, I didn't survive that. Okay. Get out of there.
Recon vehicle. Set
Oh,
trap.
the tanks are pushing though. If I can, like, get behind something, I can AMPV them
Moving out.
from here at the same time.
Striker awaiting orders. Air defense standing by. Pedal to the metal. Personal carrier ready. Roger. We're on the move. Armored transport reporting in. Armored transport standing by. Striker ready for
If I can get the... Like, I could fall back now, but if I can get these infantry up to there, I could be really annoyed on their flank. Even if I die here, like, again, the advantage is applying pressure, right?
air defense here.
I'm applying pressure to the enemy.
Roger. We're Oscar Mike.
I should have brought supply, but I didn't expect this to, like, work so well and for so long.
Striker standing by.
It's not too late. I can bring in a truck. Just not too many supplies, but like 6,000. I'm very tempted to bring in, like, another striker here, but I do want to build up more of a bulge, I think.
Air defense here.
I'm really bringing, like, one more. It'll be fine.
Striker ready for combat.
You got a lot of helicopters, so...
Next waypoint.
See, now I'm baiting myself to bring in more units.
Roger. We're Oscar Mike. Copy. Relocating.
But...
Stay there.
Oh, please hit. Please hit. Please hit. Please hit. Nice! Okay, we gotta fall back now because we need to resupply the SHORAD.
Striker ready.
Also, we're getting cruise missile!
Pedal to the metal. Pedal
That's
to the
fine.
metal. Striker ready for action.
Get over here.
Moving out.
We're being annoying on the side, which is good. It's fine, we're still building up a lot of money. We have 2 players playing SOF though, so I'm surprised we're doing as well in the middle as we are. What I should really do is, I should have brought it in these units, I should bring a bunch of recon infantry so I can hold this right side. Because the SUT are at the back as well. Maybe bring in like a Hemet with a bunch of them. Or maybe bring in some like cheap strikers to use as their transports.
Good copy. Next waypoint
So you can go like
received.
scouts. Scouts here. Scouts. And we'll do a bit of reconning.
Troop transport standing by.
No! No, that was going great. Please. What happened? No! No, that match was going fantastic. Let me restart the game and see if I get a reconnect prompt. Just put out a patch? Oh, but they did one just before. Is their new patch suck or something? You don't even want to download it like an hour ago, do you? Or half an hour ago. Hang on. Hopefully it's just a random bug. If it was a patch, everyone's servers would have died though. So, it wouldn't just be me. Let's see. I really liked how that was going. That was like really fun for Armored Striker, for Striker play. That map's really wide and has so many roads. It's great for Striker flanking. Hey, Cruise Missile Beagles HQ. Perhaps they did. Fun detected. I'm coming around the Strikers. A little bit. Though AMPVs can do a very similar thing, but not the SHORAD. That SHORAD being able to actually kill helicopters, it sounds dumb, but the Striker SHORAD being able to actually 1v1 helicopters is huge. I didn't realize until someone told me yesterday, but it's not just the APS, but the fact that they can fire 2 missiles at once, like the Hellfire and the Stinger at once, that is pretty fucking nuts. Whoa, 13 gig BA patch. Hopefully you're not talking about a new one, because I downloaded that half an hour ago. And it says strikers are goated, I can't stop playing them. Oh, no, fuck off. No, I didn't mean to click that. Alright, looks like that mesh is just gone. Really sucks. My drop rate will increase, I guess. Well, let's go again. Yeah, I gotta remember to bring the scouts in the strikers when I bring them in, especially on a map like that, but just in general. That was a really good tip from someone yesterday. Maybe it was you, Fondubi? I can't remember. It was someone, or Fog. They're very cheap, and they're good to bring and drop off around where I'm being a dickhead, and then I keep the vision there. They play super high-paced games, you should have fast. They are, yeah, they're very good for being little aggressive skirmishers, which is good because I, being so intuitive to infantry, I was tending to play very conservative, like a slow crawl in the previous 2 days. So this is like a change of pace for me to get used to. Helicopters will be similar in that I'll probably play a defensive line of infantry, but then I'll focus the micro on the helicopters and be able to react a lot. Is the goal. In practice, I may just get them shot down, but I might even retool a deck to have like tons and tons and tons of gunships so that I can get them shot down and just keep calling new ones in. And then as long as I'm trading well with them before they die, like getting one tank, then it's okay. Elbraska says, hello, I can't fight in more than one front. Any suggestion? I struggle at micro different fronts. My advice for you is everyone does. No one, even the proest of players, no one can play 2 different screens at the same time. As you get better and faster, you can flip between the screens and it'll feel more natural to you. But I don't know of any trick to do that better. That's like a mechanical skill, I think. You just practice that. My suggestion for you would be, don't beat yourself up about that. And try to think smartly about your limitations that are natural that everyone has. So for instance, one thing I do is I queue up a lot of waypoints. So rather than trying to fight 2 battles at once, if I see both my units are going to arrive at different battles in like two minutes from now, I will try to pick which fight I want to micro the most, I guess. Let's say, and then I will take the other fight and I will queue up all their orders. Well, I'll queue up both of their orders, right? Both of the group's orders. To be like pretty good, pretty decent. So even if I forget about them, they'll do a pretty decent job of what I need them to do. You can also back off one fight until you're done with the other. But in general, like, it's not like it's a you problem, like it's an everyone problem. You'll get better at switching between, but you can never micro 2 screens at once. Like, directly at once. You'll always have to pick one then the other, and that's just how it is. We're going to Suwalki, apparently. It's a mirror match now. One thing that can help as well is you can go, try not to have expensive units that require a lot of micro fighting at the same time. Like, if you have a 400-point heavy tank with all the upgrades, don't engage that at the same time as a longbow helicopter that costs 300 of all the hellfires in a different place of the map at once. Like, try to babysit your most powerful, expensive unit at all times, and don't engage with it unless you're ready to babysit it. Is another thing you can do. Alright, how many off-roads do we have on Suwalki? How do armor points work for helicopters and infantry in this game? It's, from my understanding, it's the same as for any unit. The more armor you have, the more you reduce incoming damage against that value, against that kinetic value. So armor values like that, there's no anti-heat armor, I don't think, or... I don't know, I'm not really sure. I think it's just like pure anti-kinetic penetration. It might just be against any type of damage, I think, because I think armor, like, stops stingers from killing helicopters and stuff like that, you know? So it just reduces damage against you, based on the enemy's penetration. I know, but what's the math? I have no idea. You'd have to look it up. I don't know, I'd assume it's similar to the kinetic armor pen, but I don't know the numbers, sorry. Nice heavy air tax. Oh, those are the wrong ones. Can't find anywhere. Can anyone get the link? Because I'm in match, I can't get it for them. Can anyone get the link of that PDF that they used to post that had at least the armor calculations for normal armor values? Because that would probably help. I'm looking at the wrong side. So the orange number is against heat. Yeah, but they're talking about, I don't know, do helicopters have an orange heat number? I thought they just had... Hey, where am I gonna go?
Line of coordinates. Proceeding as frag.
Scouts. Scouts here.
Roger. Oscar Mike. Viper copy.
Alright. It's my job to go in and die here so the Raptors can live.
Course set. Inbound.
Not too far though, because we're gonna dodge for the AA potential.
Turning to new heading.
Alright, now I gotta get out.
New heading set.
Oh, it's coming straight for me. No, I'm not gonna get out. Huge air battle, but we lost it, unfortunately. Bring in some supply truck. And then... I didn't realize we had a late jet deployment, did we? Bring in like an AMPV with the troopies. And then when I get the points, probably like another shard and another recon with scouts.
Tactical truck ready to haul. The higher they fly, the further they fall. Troop transport, standing by.
I'll go through A if I can, but I don't really want to stay here. I'll probably just like drop off the Cav Scouts near A.
Moving out.
Probably better if to drop the Cav Scouts into the backline actually, if I can like drive over there, like drive around
Moving there now.
here.
Good copy. Next
Oh,
waypoint
airdrop.
received.
They're already on the point too. Don't know if they got their drop off. I don't know if you can see drops in fog.
Personal carrier ready. Striker reporting in.
Hey fucker.
Recon vehicle standing
You can have a Hellfire, I guess. Oh shit.
Ready for action.
It's gonna be bad.
Pedal to the metal. Armor transport
So-
reporting in.
Javelin Squad, that needs to be, yeah. Oh, it still got me.
Striker under fire.
Javelin Squad fires fast enough to get through APS. That's why the smoke there.
Locating.
So that's a good little airborne drop.
Roger. Moving out. Boy, go!
I would like to swap here to do artillery, but I don't think I really brought artillery in this deck. It's not what this deck does, but this is a great example of where you'd start playing recon against an artillery if I had a lot of artillery.
That's a big 10-4. We're moving. Someone asked for a ride?
I don't really want to fuck with that. Can I like drive around the sides? Yeah, you can just drive around the sides instead.
Armor transport.
You can take like the NASCAR route.
I got my ears on. Go ahead. What are you waiting for? Drive!
If we're gonna do that,
Carrier here.
let's call in another Mashorad. And another
Roger.
recon.
Moving to next waypoint.
Oh, you can bring mech rifles Stinger in Recon Striker. I love that. Actually, you don't even need to bring a Shorad early if you don't want. You could go cheap and just bring a bunch of Stingers. That's cool. Oh, yeah, they're like all dug in there. That'd be such a great point to artillery. Anyway, I want to heal up and then get on the move, because I don't want to take too long here. Whole jet's okay.
Striker
Yeah, sure, buddy.
already there. Good
Sure,
copy.
sure.
Next waypoint received. Logi here, send traffic. Can Roger. We're rolling.
What's this player? This is Lord Tyrannus. Okay, they've got their own recon, so yeah, they should be able to creep that. I want to get around this. It might be a bit slow, honestly. But I want to get around this and go in behind. It shouldn't take too long.
Anti-aircraft.
Like, let's work on our estimation foo here. That probably takes me, at 35 minutes, I'm around the back. I drop off a couple of Cav Scouts to watch their spawns all day long, hopefully. Probably one conservative like here to watch air spawns, and then one a bit closer. And I just be a dickhead in the backline or whatever I can hit, and I probably die, but I get away with some stuff. Oh, you were not going to expect me here.
Go ahead.
That's okay, SCT's got him.
Roger. We're Oscar Mike. Someone call for a cab? Already there.
So I would have just done like a more sane push like this, but Airborne blocked the town, so that kind of didn't work out.
Roger. Moving out.
So at this point, we may as well go like
Moving
this.
out.
It's a bit slow, and I'm afraid of being a bit useless here to my team going this wide. Like, if I'd known from the start I'd get blocked at the A point by the airborne rollout, I don't know if I would have gone for this. And if anyone accused me in chat of being useless to my team in Phase 1, they'd probably be right. So there's Striker Airborne, this player. Okay. I have got the mech infantry, so, like, worst case, I can, after this... Is the aim still ongoing? I mean, you can try, but I generally am pretty busy in these matches. Only right now I'm not because, you know, we're going on a road trip. But generally, I don't have much time to look at chat. Go Patriot spam. I don't know if we need it. Ever since I've brought this deck, my teammates always bring tons of AA. So... And the enemy isn't spamming air. I'm not going to spam a bunch of Patriots unless the enemy's spamming air and getting away with it. You prefer feet or armpits? That's weird. I'm not responding to that. Gonna push faster when I get sudden death. Yeah, wow, we're doing... Oh, because we have no one on the ground. I also failed to notice that no one is playing ground. This is like an all-support player game, I guess. We have 3 players rolling out like heavy artillery and AA, but like no one has ground units. So this is an even dumber thing for me to do. Like we're just gonna lose the sudden death. Oh god. But I can't say anything. I can't say, hey, you guys need to play more ground units because I'm doing this. I didn't mean to do this. It just turned out this way. But... Oh, man. I'm part of the problem. And of course we can go A. Well, no, because I can't. Like, that's anxiety talking. If I go, oh, I better go back to here and do this now so I'm useful, all that really happens is I just, like... roll into here and die to embedded airborne teams. I have nothing to deal with that. If I wanted the course correct, what I would have to do here is bring in some troops to hold our zones, which I might have to do. I don't really want to micro both at once, though. Oh, I like the way they play. They've got, like, recon strikers watching their flanks. That's good play. They actually see this coming. So this is probably going to get shut down completely as well. Okay, I need to pick something else to do. And it's gonna have to be grunty, because no one on my team is being grunty, so I probably just have to bring in some AMPVs a la rifles up the center. Yeah, put him here, otherwise I'll forget about him and I'll get everyone killed. Somebody's got to come hold these points. In canon, we're going here to save this pilot, right? That's what we're doing. We're coming to save that pilot. Let's not take too much time. Let's go around the back like this. Well, my estimations are about correct. I'll be there around 35 minutes. I'm gonna need to send even more up the middle, I think. There's no way I can afford to, like, float points here. If I bring in, like, a Hemet, can I, like, fill it with troops? Yeah, like, troopers AA, troopers, or, okay, troopers AA, scouts. Up here, please.
Roger. Moving out.
Just bring in a lot of infantry to try and help out. I gotta try and watch both of these at once. Oh, because that's all getting taken. Probably fill this. Like, divert and come here.
Good copy. Next waypoint received. Need supplies?
He's kind of right, but also... Alright, we're almost there.
Armored transport reporting in. Moving out.
Yeah, we are getting sudden death.
Breaker 19, who needs supplies?
We're getting completely sudden death. Alright. I wanted to cut this off, but I just need to go here, I think.
Striker reporting in.
So you're ready to come out. Oh my god, why is it the fastest thing?
Big road is ours. Anti-aircraft here. At your command. Copy.
This was a flank for me when I thought I could, like,
Someone asked for a ride?
have the time to do this. And I thought we'd have a front line. I probably should have checked first if we had a front line.
Moving there now.
It's alright, I'll hopefully flip this back before the game ends on sudden death.
You'd be blind without us.
Those are gonna hurt me in close range.
Striker, ready for action. Troop transport, standing by. Need supplies?
I can't really micro that though. I have to micro this fight or we lose.
Move the fuck out, full speed! Roger, we're on the move.
So I just have to hope that these guys kinda, like, have a good time.
Roger, we're Oscar Mike.
Oh,
Air defense
go here.
Armored transport engaged in combat. Roger, moving to next waypoint. Good copy. Next waypoint received. Personal carrier ready.
You back here.
Armored transport.
Let's move on to J.
Sweeping area.
Kill that shit, bro. Oh!
Tactical truck ready to haul. Reconnaissance ready for action. Sweeping the area. Personal carrier.
The A10 inch, bro.
Infantry here. Striker here. We're under.
Okay, that's kind of fucked. I gotta watch this side now.
Troop transport reporting in. Roger. We're on the move.
That's all dead because you can just A10 it, of course.
Need something fixed?
So let's focus on this side now if we're gonna salvage this game.
Roger. Moving to next waypoint.
This one wants to go back now, and we should bring in the supply trucks.
Want something built or destroyed?
We're getting jabbed from same spot.
We're engaged.
Spot there.
Personnel carrier in combat. Troop
Okay, they're cluster hurting me.
Pedal to the metal. Hey, check out this rooster cruiser they gave me. Ain't it gonna pay no toll this time?
We should fall back. Should leave us. Woo!
Transport here. We're in combat.
Oh, you can be seen there. Ouch.
Standing
Do I have
by.
a Stinger Troop? Yes.
Stinger team.
Stinger Troop, get out and kill the Apache.
Quickly now.
And I don't want to go to A. I don't think I want to go to A. I just want to hold here.
Transport here. Send trap. Stinger team standing by. I want a base of fire in that building.
I would be lucky to get to A from here.
Copy. Relocating. Logi here, send traffic. On the road again. Stingers engaged in combat. Someone
Get in there. Oh, no, we can't get in there. There's nothing left to get in.
taking fire. Come on, move in that building. Recon team, send traffic. Over.
If we can get you guys over, like, here, that'd be... Oh, shit. You're dead. Just in case you're not. No, you're dead. Okay, are you know about infantry? Was this your team? Yeah, they weren't playing on the front at all. I think we all
Hey, check out this
decided to do anything but the front line.
double nickel.
Which, you know, when you don't talk before the game, of course, that's gonna happen.
Tactical truck ready to haul. Need supplies?
What are you engaging? Oh, you see the mech.
We are engaged. Infantry here, we're in combat.
Okay, I gotta start organizing all these...
Go ahead. Stinger team here.
They saw that. I gotta pay attention to these guys more.
Get your gear, we're moving out. Ain't nothing gonna get in our way. Heavy transport here.
Let's bring up the troopers and the scooters.
Convoy. Get your asses in that building. Breaker 19.
Oh, I'd like to get some javelin troops up here, I think.
Ain't nothing gonna get in our way. Troop transport reporting in. Troops in combat requesting orders. Roger. We stop here. Here's our cab, ladies. Weapons team
That
on the
died.
ground requesting orders. Get your head out of your football.
I need more stingers. They're very heavy on the helicopters here.
Rock up, we're moving. We have a building to secure. Copy, we take that building. Shut up and let's go. Driver,
They're about to hit me with a mod, so I want to back away from that.
backward.
I want to shoot this fucker in the ass.
Enemy spotted.
Oh, come on! Again? This is a bad day for starting matches, apparently. I mean, that one, not so horrible to be disconnected from, but still, I was enjoying starting to, like, try and turn that around. I'll try and rejoin to it again. I'll try and Alt F4. Maybe you're gonna win clearly, I know. Of course I was. Yeah, I if I'm gonna go and do striker stuff on the side, it's fine, but I have to recognize I'm not playing like frontage, and I had to look at the team and be like, oh, is anyone playing the front? Which I didn't do there. I was just too excited to play armor striker on go do flank stuff like on the previous rollout, and I needed to see that no one was playing the front and just send infantry, which I eventually did, but send infantry to the points instead or to the zones. Hopefully not a bad sign for tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know what will be going on. One assumes it's related to their new patch. I'll check their Discord and see if anyone's complaining about disconnects. Striker Flag is probably not a phase 1 move. Well, Striker Flag is a phase 1 move because it's cheap if the enemy is like being tied up, but not when it takes that long either. Like that, Striker Flank is fine if I'd rolled it through the A point, but the problem is they dropped in airborne to block me with that weapon squad in the perfect annoying position, and then because of that, it turned into this reroute that was going to take me like 10 minutes. So I think in hindsight, with the benefit of hindsight, I needed to recognize how long that was going to take and then switch at that point. I don't see anyone complaining about DCs, but okay, that match is gone too. That's like the critical mistake point there in hindsight of the decision making, is it was fine and dandy until I got blocked by the Javelin squad, and at that point, what looked like a very easy like flank around the sides very quickly turns into a huge road trip, a Boca flank, and that is where I needed to go, okay, let's not do that, let's just do something completely different. What if just start a Jeep flank and a couple of Cyber Scouts and this what if they're vulnerable? Well, that's not really what I was doing. So, if you were here for the match previous to this one, which we also got disconnected from, I was just trying to do the same thing there. The reason it worked on that map better is because it was just easier to flank there and the enemy didn't airdrop a bunch of shit to block me. But on that first match, just before this one, it was working out great, where there's like one recce route or one MSR that the enemy are coming from on our side. We're very quickly getting our javelins there, and we're just fucking with them on the side. We're taking out helicopters, harassing tanks, dotting out their recon. It works there, right? So it's not that the concept doesn't work, it's that how I did it there doesn't work, you know what I mean? That was the mistake. I think it's very important to recognize the difference between a bad idea and a good idea versus bad execution and good execution, because if you can't do that, you'll have one bad experience of a strategy and then going to go, oh, the strategy's bad, I'll never do it again. When in actuality, it might just be that you're bad. Not you, I'm not talking about you in chat, but like me, the royal you. It might be that I'm bad, not that the strategy is bad. It might be the other way around, it might be the strategy is bad, not that I'm bad. You've got to be able to tell the difference between the two. And also, in that case, because that map, because the flank became so huge and so far from the front, then they can easily just call in A10s and stuff. Which is the difference, again, in the other match on Central Village. That flank is really close. It's just kind of like a jab forward from my front. Whereas what happened there in that last match, I didn't really realize how far out it was going to be till I got there. Which I should have, I have eyes, but... And I got there and then I was like, oh man, this is pretty far out, huh? People said the Queen was bad at Broken Arrow. Yeah, she had like 0.3 KD. Damn. LeBron James reportedly has 0.5 KD at Broken Arrow. Oh my god. Fliggity says the proper step was to already infiltrate the city 2 weeks before and booby trap the entire city. But also we were talking about like active play versus like defensive play. And it was kind of shown there is the airborne chilling in there. You know, I had not a lot of answers to that. But that is why, as funny as it is to bring all the Patriots in this deck, I do need to go and take the extra Patriots out and bring in some howitzers, or just fit howitzers in somehow. Because I had zero answer to the dug-in airborne, when the answer should have been artillery. So I should have done it before this one, but after this match, if it disconnects again, I don't know what I'm going to do. But after this match, I'm going to go in and I'm going to take out something, whether it's the extra Patriots or what, probably, and replace it with Striker SPH. Striker armor has no helo? Crazy. Yeah, no helo. Still on the solo queue Self Strike, huh? I love it. I love solo queue. It's much more interesting to me. You know, it can be fun to play in a stack sometimes, and it can be relaxing sometimes if I'm having like a bad time, I guess, in general. But I don't know, like that's the The once every often treat. What's like a treat that you like to eat? Like it's really tasty, but if you have it too often, you'll get sick of it, or it'll make you feel unhealthy. That's like playing with friends in Broken Arrow for me. Also, it doesn't help because like I'm usually trying to think about shit and play well and get better. And whenever I play with other like friends of mine, then they usually talk because they're communicating. You saw it in the last November beta if you were there. Like, I by the end of it, I just ended up, like, deafening them, like, muting myself to them and just going off on my own because I just couldn't handle the... I was going to say yapping, but it's not like they're doing a bad thing. You know, that's good. That's the point of playing together is to communicate. But I just... Personally, it's a me problem. I can't really handle it. It's not something that I can handle a lot, especially when streaming. Especially if you have, like, even just one person who, again, you know, it's not a personal character flaw, but just one person who maybe, like, talks a bit too much and doesn't have, like, clean comms and is telling you, like, oh, no, I lost my Marines. Oh, man. Oh, they've got tanks here. Like, people who don't use push-to-talk. And, like, just one of those people in the call is gonna, like, ruin my game. Like, I just can't think. You know, it just jams me out. So can I do the strikey thing here? I mean, this time, probably wait and see what ground units we roll out. It's Suwalki again? No, this is... Wait, this is that map. Oh, this is that map with this bridge. I like this map. I didn't realize that's what we were playing on last time. Okay.
Inbound. Changing course.
Okay, it's a big dogfight.
Turning to new heading.
It's a big old brawl. Gotta be careful not to go into their ground spawn.
New course set.
Some of those are CJs, not dogfighters.
Viper, combat ready. Roger, flying there.
Go high. Go dogfight. We're down.
New bearing set.
Go, 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 go. Stay on him, stay on him. He's cut burner. Don't overshoot. Don't overshoot.
New heading set.
Wait, that's my friend. What am I doing?
Course set. Flight plan update.
I think the pea green is too similar to their yellow.
Changing course.
I gotta change that color. You made a War Thunder Blender turn right from spawn, yeah. The enemy yellow is too close to the pea green, and I get confused sometimes. Look cool as fuck. It looked cool as fuck until I realized I was trying to shoot down an F-15. Alright. What do I want to do? We need meat on the ground. I'd say an armor rollout. We got 27 Rangers here. 27 Rangers at F-Zone. Airborne deployments. We have no AA. We have lots of air. So I either go Patriots here, or we have some Patriot. We either go Patriots here, or we go armor. And I'm thinking we need more meat on the ground, so I think I'm gonna go armor. Ooh, bum 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 bum. Okay, where's my ground spawn? Okay, so let's call in Chadleys. Yeah, let's call in Chadleys and Abramsies. So let's go 2 Chadleys, a Striker M Shorad,
Roger. Moving to next waypoint. Roger.
supply truck, and a trophy set.
Mash your motor. We gotta go.
Oh, my mistake. I brought no scouts again.
Move out. Full
No ground scouts. Nero says, refunding that almost dead F-16 out of missiles gave you plus 63 rec points. Yeah, it's not bad considering how dead it was. Reconless. I have Recon Chadley that just didn't bring Recon troops inside, which would have been better. I can bring in a Recon Striker. If I want. It'd probably be better to bring a Recon Striker with mech rifles, so that if my Shorad dies, I've got a backup.
Recon vehicle ready.
Okay, this is a pretty tough little force. I don't think I want to call in too much more than this just yet. Yeah, I've got Salmoners in a truck size fire, that's correct.
Power up.
Gotta be careful, this truck goes too fast. I gotta like give it a backwards order and then a front order.
You'd be blind without us. Heavy cavalry ready for action.
Load your truck up front again. Yeah, it goes so fast. Here's a question, can I rebind the control groups? No, shame. I can't remind the 1, 2, 3, 4s to be something different. It's hard for me to hit beyond 5. It would have been nice. Yeah, Hemmett's got 100, yeah. When they said foot hard on the pedal, they weren't joking. Hey, fucker. Let me capture that pilot. Oh yeah, pilot captured. Because is the best streamer for this game, so super high five. That's nice of you. I'm trying to play better. I don't think I'm quite there yet, but I am trying. Rubber autocannon rounds. I'll be honest with you guys, it's a less than lethal capture. You know, there's still a chance. Sherrod is also up front. We'll try to keep an eye on the enemy air threat. If it gets bad, we'll have to bring in some Patriot as well. But I'd like to just build up points now if I can.
Striker here, go ahead. Bradley fighting vehicle reporting in.
Okay, I'd like to get over to here, I think.
Pedal to the metal. Combat patrol underway. Got it. Fire only when fired upon. Roger. We're on the move. Roger. Moving out.
You can come and see, like, here for now.
Moving out.
Be close to the road, though, so we can roll out when
Good
needed.
copy. Next waypoint received. Moving out.
I might bring a cheap drone over here just to watch my flank.
Roger. We're Oscar Mike.
Changing grid.
This tank can come and hide here.
Good copy. Moving out.
Okay, we got striker javelins going in.
The higher they fly, the further they fall.
And we got targets.
Shooting on sight.
I'll try to assist.
Sweeping area. Reconnaissance is good to go. Moving a new fighting position.
We don't need to reveal the Abrams until it's actually needed.
Recon vehicle is good to go. Metal to the metal.
This is good.
Nine. Who needs supplies?
We should keep on the move. Whoa, okay. We'll bring the Abrams in. We should keep on the move so that we don't get bombs.
Copy.
Oh, fuck, I moved while towing.
Roger. Moving to next waypoint.
There's the arty right there. Oh, that's gonna fuck that whole push up.
Recon vehicle is good to go.
It was a good push, though. I'd like to keep pushing on it. We got most of the GRU, didn't we? I feel like we did.
Roger. We're on the move. Heavy cab. Ready to roll. Stop. Landing assistance
I feel like most of the GRU we got, so I feel like we can go in then as a result.
What can I do for you? Good copy. Next waypoint received. Bradley, ready for action. Moving out. Copy. Relocating. Roger.
Go find whatever that thing was, too.
Bradley fighting vehicle at your command, sir. Heavy cab, ready to rumble. Stinger team, standing by. Need a helicopter down?
We won't be able to push beyond C before we move the shore up, but if I can just take C, that's fine. Okay, you can fight this, right?
Roger, move back.
GRU's not gonna beat you 2-1, right?
Bradley fighting vehicle ready. Moving there now. Reconnaissance standing by. Anti-aircraft standing by. Bradley fighting vehicle standing by.
Those poor Rangers. I mean Strikers, that was Strikers. I called them Rangers, whoops. That was Striker troops.
Standing by. Brad here, we're combat ready. Roger, we're Oscar Mike. Inland Abrams ready for action. Make way. Troop transport reporting in. Roger, moving out.
Is your RQ on station? Yep.
All things
It's
shall
chillin'.
be revealed.
Just watching my flanky flank.
Drone is on its way.
I like that these things are so much more survivable because they're low out. That's cool.
Recon vehicle, send traffic. Recon
Let's see if we can push even further because the enemy may not have been prepared to do anything. Remember what we said about the front line? They may not even have anything at ENG. We'll just like kind of creep forward. We won't get too crazy.
Ready. Pedal to the metal.
see what's happening.
Friendly fighting vehicle ready. Fire and maneuver. Search and destroy. Bring us there in 10 seconds, not 10 fucking minutes. Full stop.
Let's leave you back there. Whoa!
Roger, we're Oscar Mike. Recon vehicle.
I can get up on that.
Over. Moving out.
Hit helos and I'm way ahead of my shorad. That's the danger here, I'm way ahead of the shorad.
Copy. Relocating.
Ooh, check that out though.
Reconnaissance is good to go. Already there. Get in that building!
Usually there is a fallback, I think.
Bradley fighting vehicle.
Right up here, we're within the mid-range of the ATGM, so they can't hurt us.
Combat. Who knew you'd do PT?
That's my next target, I think.
Fighting vehicle, at your orders.
Oh, please hit that toe. I know you won't. You're just getting baited again.
Brad here. Good copy. Next waypoint.
I either go for G-point or I go for the back line. I think going for the back line is more impactful.
Roger. Moving to next waypoint. Copy. Relocating.
So I could push the front up. Okay, they got a frogfoot coming. Hide.
Reconnaissance. Standing by. Brad
Fucking
here.
hide, 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 hide. You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it.
Driver, halt.
Get him, Shorad! Get him, Shorad! Oh, not quite. That's the game. Game's great. Love the game.
Anti-aircraft team standing by. Stinger team at your command, sir. Striker awaiting
Alright,
orders.
I'm gonna pull out of here.
Shut up and let's go.
That is what will happen to me if I go for the back line. So maybe I just go for G-point instead.
Standing by.
If I hit the back line, it had to be like a quick raid, maybe just with a recon jab. I could just run the recon jab down there to do that, because it would be worth it if I could hit some shit. I'll probably run into some stuff on the way though.
Moving there now.
But we'll see, we'll see.
Good copy. Next waypoint received. Armored, moving out. Recon vehicle.
Hello.
ready. Roger.
We're gonna need shirt over here, because that Bradley's, I mean that fucker's kind of noticed us.
Friendly fighting vehicle.
Did we get them?
reporting in.
I wanna think we got them.
Roger.
I wanna
Moving to
check.
next waypoint. Copy. Relocating. Roger. Moving out. Recon vehicle.
I think we got him.
standing by. Your eyes and ears, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get G.
Heavy armor is ready to rumble.
Okay, that's bad. We wanna turn around.
Next waypoint received. Pedal to the metal.
That's also bad. G is actually defended, so we're gonna fuck off.
Roger. We're Oscar Mike.
And I wanna get back to C point now before this gets too hot.
Roger.
We got tanks coming. It's time to leave. It's time to leave.
Roger. We're Oscar Mike. Moving out. Driving to coordinates. Armored is rolling out. Moving to shooting position.
I should have put the Abrams up here to have a line down that road.
Heavy cav is on the field. Pedal to the metal.
Let's fall back. Let's fall back.
Someone call for a cab? What are you waiting for? Drive! Don't stay here. Drive!
They're pushing me.
Blind without us.
Cover my withdrawal.
Striker reporting in. Hit it!
I'm not gonna make it. Come on, you gotta make it, Striker Javelin Trophy. Oh, they're coming for your ass.
Vehicle under fire.
Do you see me here? No. Ah, they didn't make it. They did not make it.
Moving out.
Their ass did not make it.
Moving there now. Recon vehicle is good to go. M1 Abrams warmed up and ready to go.
Let's return you to here, then you got some fallback points too.
Air defense here. Roger. Moving in
Where's that supply truck? I need to resupply the Shorad.
Nothing gonna get in our way. Bradley fighting vehicle at your command, sir. Already there. Moving out.
I have a lot of points, so... The float is going well. I could call in some infantry to fight this myself. To hold this myself.
Signal clear. Receiving optical feed.
Why not? I do that. I said to call in an Iron Fist too, so I might do that too.
Driver, move out. Right here.
It'd be good to keep a unit here holding this till the end of the phase. I'm gonna just see if I can call in like some Hemmets or troopers and shit and just be really annoying around here. Which is arguably what I should have done like 5 minutes ago when I started pushing up to E. But, you know. Oopsie, I forgot. So rather than doing a bunch of other shit, I'll just spend the money on that now.
Ain't gonna pay no toll this time.
Yeah, let's just make sure we hold this for the minute.
Roger, we're Oscar Mike. Reconnaissance, ready for action. Put those eggs in the basket. Striker awaiting orders.
Lacking recon over here because of holding the C point of this unit.
Tactical truck ready to haul. Pedal the metal.
Man, it's like a fun little phase 1, right? Like we had a brawl, killed some units, pissed them off at E, end up holding C. That's nice. I don't know if I was too timid to not go for the back or not there. Probably a bit too timid, but I was scared of getting frog-footed.
Recon vehicle ready
For bringing
for
some
action.
Patriots, I could do that. Probably in phase 2. Keep this amount of vehicles, like maybe bring another Recon Striker, maybe, or bring another Chadley. A bit of toughness around here. Bring in some more Recon of all of it too. But maybe just bring in like some Patriots now, and then with Patriots in place, I'll feel emboldened to push up more.
On the road again. Right here.
Okay, but now that that's held, I want to come back over and hold my right, because I'm very low on Recon over here. Do phases change anything other than scoring? No, just the score.
Over.
That's it.
Like a rocket sled on rail. Get that engine running. Looks like we got us a convoy.
Yeah, let's bring some Patriots in. Okay. Especially because RA is a bit lacking, it seems. So if their RE could be around here. 2,000, 4,000, 6,000. So I would want my Patriots to be like back here. It's a bit far for killing Frogfoots, but it is what it is. Until I take the E point, I can't really be any closer. If they were back here, it's like 2,000, 4,000, 6,000. I could probably get away with them like on this spot. Okay, so bring me in. Which Patriot is my standard? These ones are my standard, I think. Maybe one of each, because I think the other one's better at shooting down missiles.
Moving out.
One here. We bring in the aimable charades as well. The goal of these isn't to tank, it's to actually kill shit. So we'll bring in a few.
Pedal to the metal.
I actually gotta bring in a supply truck, or supply trucks with them. That'll be the hardest thing, is spreading supplies between them, because I have so few trucks. To bring in all the supplies they're gonna want. We got some here, so that's okay. Alright, so taking back C point. I want to get some scouts forward.
First cruiser the game. Tactical truck ready to
What have I got? Okay, I got Stinger, Infantry.
rolling on double nickel.
Let's try spreading some of this around.
On the field. Back out, driver.
Considering they're probably reconning me right now, I want to pull that back, I think.
Standing by. I got my ears on. Go ahead. Breaker 19. Who needs supplies? Your eyes and ears.
I'll take that. That's free.
Bradley, ready for combat. QROE. Fire only when fired upon. Pushing forward. Brad here. Stinger team ready. Welcome to the Missile Age, choppers.
Get you guys out. Get the scouts out.
Team here.
That's a good thing about bringing in the recon strikers. It's still a transport. That's why I should have brought more in.
All right, go bang bang unless fired upon. Roger, move and secure.
Also, are they amphibious? I don't think they are.
Double squad. Heavy transport here, set trap. Driver, move out.
I'm not getting bombed there, so I don't think they notice. I think I can take that point again. That spot.
Friendly fighting vehicle standing by.
You come over here as well.
Copy. Advance and report.
Alright, let's get all this set up.
The further they fall. Logi here, send traffic. Need supplies? Mission's over, going back to the depot. Scouts ready.
Interesting.
Abrams here. We're combat ready.
The push, okay.
Clinching the enemy. Heavy cab, ready to
That's the
roll.
space on GRU again. So we know they're in that building.
As
You
ordered.
can see that.
Armored cab here. Heavy cab, ready to rumble.
They have ATGM there. I didn't see who had it, but they have it.
Copy that. Looking for target. Looking for enemy contact.
I think it's these things. I'm gonna smoke those. I'm gonna lose that one.
Cavalry ready for action. The cavalry has arrived.
Oh, they're like fording the river at me too. That's interesting.
Heavy armor is ready to rumble. The cavalry arrives in the nick of time. Abrams here. We're engaged. Driver, move back. Cavalry here.
Don't I have some troopers AT? Yeah, I do.
Smoke screen deployed. Cavalry here. We're under fire.
Oh shit!
Heavy weapons here.
Got caught off guard by the amphibian nature of warfare.
I got my hands.
Heavily.
Go ahead. Heavy weapons ready.
You don't kill them?
Armored cab here. We're engaged. Recon
Oh, and that's rough too.
combat.
You should not be there. We can leave you there,
Move your asses.
but you gotta back off.
Hit the gas. Move your asses. Where's the AAT? Recon vehicle standing.
Let me see if I can get in with you. Well, no, wait until I've rearmed at least.
M1 Abrams ready for action. Striker here. Get us the fuck out of here! New orders, advance and secure! Air defense, standing by. Boy, go!
Come over here,
And Roger.
drop that, and then come back over. Did I lose 2 of them? I lost 2 of the AIM-9s. That's bad.
You like big guns too?
Let's get more of these people in and out.
Heavy transport here, send traffic.
Oh, I'm getting seated.
Anti-aircraft standing by.
Maybe because I only had 2 of them out. I didn't really get to watch the performance there. Get that thing! Yes. That's an adventurous STT.
Anti-aircraft here.
This one isn't even shooting. It has 15 out of 15. And while I'm not really paying attention here, that's happening.
Scouts here. Move the fuck out! Full speed! Breaker 19, who needs supplies?
I try to get troops in.
We're moving. Ain't nothing gonna get in our way. Tactical truck ready to haul. Ain't nothing gonna get in our way.
They're trying to like cruise missile me again.
Establish a base of fire in that building. Like a rocket sled on rail. Ain't gonna pay no toll this time. Striker, ready for action. Roger that. We stop here.
I need a tank to be ready to support this attack, so I'm gonna bring it up.
Forward. Logi here, send traffic. Recon
See if we get some fuckers there in the woods.
Big road is ours. Looks like we got us a convoy. Need supplies?
How dare you artillery me?
Infantry at your command, sir. Infantry ready for combat. We clear the way. Abrams ready to roll. Rock up. We're
That's coming
moving.
for me.
Rod, move out. Solid copy.
Luckily, it's off target.
Full stop, driver. Engineers in combat. What are your orders? Engineers here. We're in combat.
Oh, not off target on the mech rifles though. It hit them enough.
In that building. Move. Watch your spacing. Heavy cab. Ready to roll.
Falling back.
Combat engineers engaged. What are your orders?
Nice, that's a C point for us. We're gonna lose stuff in the counter-fire artillery though. I should get aggro again. I should push armor. I should build up a few more points and then push armor up E. Yeah, that hurts so much.
You'd be blind without us.
I've got all these tanks, so I'm kind of just sitting still with that.
Received.
I'm gonna get in there.
Heavy cab ready to rumble. Air defense at your disposal, sir.
That is a lucky frogfoot, hey.
Engineers in combat requesting orders. Engineers taking fire.
Unbelievable that got away with that.
Weapons team at your orders. Copy.
I'm gonna start moving some of you up.
On the road again. I want a base of fire in that building. M1 Abrams ready for action.
Moving to new grid.
Bring in MMLs again. Which so far I'm not seeing do a lot.
Moving to next waypoint.
They're playing invested in dodge stat? Yes.
Moving up. Ain't nothing gonna get in our
Winning, but I need to be more aggro. Like these guys are doing. These guys are doing great. In fact, while they're pushing up like that, I should push up too.
Ready. Pedal to the metal.
Look at that. That's nuts. So all this armor's just been sitting here all game because I've kind of got defensive again.
Moving to shooting position.
I need to be getting in on that.
Ain't nothing gonna get in our way.
So I kind of made the mistake there of...
Our rest stop.
I should have attacked with the armor, then sent in the troops after, rather than what I did.
Secure. Get your asses in that
You can go there, you can go there.
10-4, we're moving. Run as fast as you can. Good copy. Next waypoint received.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want that.
Oscar Mike.
Here being that already heavy, we want to be mobility heavy.
Go ahead. Into the line.
Kill that.
Please.
But now they see us coming.
Copy. Relocating. Scouts
I don't know if my one shred stroke will be enough, but it kind of is what I've got here.
This is becoming a pedal run. Enemies hot on our trail. Get in that building. Set up a base of fire. Pedal to the metal. I love big guns. Radar inactive. They can't know we're here.
Striker Troopers killed something. Good job, Striker Troopers.
Scout team engaged in combat.
You gotta get out of there.
Ready for action. Roger. We're on the move. Reconnaissance.
So is gonna need support.
M1 Abrams warmed up and ready to go. Moving there now. Reconnaissance is good to go. Good copy. Next waypoint received. Abrams here. We're combat ready. Roger. We're Oscar
I'm kind of caught between two things here. Do I go there or do I go here?
Friendly fighting vehicle. At your orders. Copy. Relocating.
That Taz is right there. I want that Taz.
Gunner, take them out.
Gotta kill this shit though.
Recon vehicle. Taking
Yeah, I reckon you can take that now.
Moving out. Anti-aircraft here. Striker at your command, sir. Sweeping area.
I greedily want to push the tank up because I want to get that Taz before it gets away.
Flinching enemy.
There's 5 points. Yeah, I know.
Bradley, ready for combat.
I don't want to spend it right now. I'm fine.
Brad here. We're combat ready. Firing maneuver. Heavy cav is on the field.
Okay.
Heavy armor is on the field.
I want that Taz though, but I have to fight all this shit.
Move the fuck out, driver.
Fuck you. Alright, we're not gonna get through there because we're a bit too all over the place.
Vehicle at your command, sir. Recon vehicle engaged. Looks like we're ready for combat.
They're gonna dismount infantry. Oh, sure, I got killed, so now we're in a lot of danger. You guys need to back off. The SEP is very on its own, so you guys should come out with SEP. They're pushing you!
Let's back out.
Oh my god!
Down to the middle, driver.
Every fucking angle!
Line without us. Reverse.
And the arena!
Roger. Moving out.
Fuck!
Get out of my way. Recon vehicle. Send traffic. Over. Roger. Moving out.
Getting swarmed, man!
Track's moving. Move the fuck out.
Oh my god!
Get that engine running. What are you waiting for? Drive. Let's roll him over.
Yeah, literally, bro, roll him over! Oh, it's gone.
Right here. We're in combat. Let's back out.
Oh my god. Alright. I need to bring in more shit. Fuck a doodle do! That was a lot of shit. Bookers be eviscerating? Yeah. Let's bring the Bookers in again. For phase 3. The phase is looking good,
Summon
points wise. We're gonna need double the SHORAD this time.
Armored is rolling out. Good copy. Next waypoint received. Already there.
So, at the end of this phase, we're holding C. We're looking pretty happy with it.
Like a rocket sled on rail.
I think I could use some AMPVs with troops in them. These guys are more defensive. I need to bring in, like, the mechs again.
Moving there now.
I'm gonna smattering of shit. I'm gonna javelin you. Probably a mistake, I'm immediately seeing. Yeah, I should have just ran while I could.
Visual feed is up.
Yeah, I got big problems. They are recognizing they can kind of counter-strike me now. And that is exactly what they're doing. I don't really have any anti-armor here. So I'm gonna lose a lot. Get over here, and I'll watch them if they come across the river. Should have started pulling them back about 2 minutes ago. Oh, nice! This is good if it lands. This is great. This is what you want to see, right? Like, I want to be just going around as armor opening places up, and then you want to see the airborne coming in to take it over. That's great. You can see I've got two different players here, Bonnie and Ben Bombo. No, don't go to E. Yeah, that's... See, if that had landed on C, like here, a bit more conservatively, it would have been great with the helicopters covering. That looked really good, but now it doesn't look so hot. Now that doesn't look so hot. The longbows killed a bunch of shit on the right, though. So that's good. These MMLs have still not fired a single time this match. Interesting. Okay, my armor's coming in. Have we got anything left here, or are we good? Let's have a look.
Pushing forward. I got my ears on. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, there's something.
Eye in the sky.
Striker here. We're combat ready. Striker standing by.
Oh, I brought in the Striker ICV. That was meant to be a Bradley. Okay. I don't really have a recon unit. That's a mistake that I did not think I was making.
My eye sees all.
Moving out.
I want a Viper for that. Everybody should probably chill.
Good copy. Next
We can
waypoint
deal with that.
received. Solid copy. Reserve fire only. Moving there now. Driver, move out. Heavy armor is ready to rumble. Bring us in.
Do I guess in close? Oh, I have SHORAD. What am I talking about? I have SHORAD.
Looking for targets. Going gates.
But I also have this.
Flying there. Turning to new heading.
Ooh, are we...
Proceeding is
What? Oh, no, these wrong one. I forgot my ASF is not
Someone called
my my anti-helo. Whoops. Big fucking whoops.
Striker ready.
Okay, so I do need to go hunt that with you.
Armor transport ready.
Big fucking whoopsie.
Waypoint. Armor moving out. Abrams here.
That one.
Combat ready. Get your head out of your point of contact and move the area. Engineers engaged in combat. Engineers here. We're engaged. Anti-aircraft here. At your command.
So throwing your bigs. I'm sorry, buddy.
Combat engineers engaged. Send your order. One more hit. Your vehicle's done.
I lost the SHORAD. I look away for 1 second, I lose the SHORAD. Oh, because I'm getting double teamed. Shite.
Driving to coordinates. Make way.
I didn't see there was two of them. That's expensive. That's expensive to lose. Should it kill itself? What? How did it kill itself? Yeah, it's getting away. I can't Iron Fist that. Two different things going on at once there. I should have just left them sitting there while I focused on this fight. I engaged in two places at once. I also didn't really realize that my AMPV was in there. I whoopsied. I must have called it in here and then forgot about it. I should have called it in here instead.
Need some heavy firepower. Troops in combat.
Having like such a little low stakes fight here. 3 motor Suwalki versus 3 or now 2 mech rifles. They have the building cover, so they're doing better.
Weapons team standing by. Fire and maneuver.
I'm gonna send these guys in
Moving to shooting position.
and pull these guys out.
Smoke deployed. Solid copy. Advance and
I
report.
send an Iron Fist in as well. A Booker, I mean. You think I hit the house somehow? Oh.
Weapons team ready. Don't be
You engage from here?
ducks. Get in there.
No. Okay. Keep engaging from there.
We lead the assault. Scout team ready.
So I'm gonna bring in some more Shorad. I could have also brought the MML AIM-9 over.
Pedal to the metal. Fast landing assistance. What can I
Probably
do
be
for
kind
you?
of wise.
We're on the move. Armored is rolling.
I think I'm out of supply trucks. So bring some more supplies in.
Ken, Roger. We're rolling.
Do the AIM-9s engage missiles? Yeah, that's what I'm using them for there, but I forgot they could also be used for, anti-helo, of course.
Weapons team standing by. Get your asses in that building. Get in that building. Who called
Right.
the cavalry?
Back out again.
Driver, move out.
That looks juicy for artillery.
Armored cav.
Or even the Booker.
Ready to rumble. Rolling.
I think I want more of these shadows in the deck. They're really cool.
Waypoint updated.
Weapons team at your command, sir.
There's like Artie right there. I mean, not Artie, A right there too.
Driving to coordinates.
Let's see what this Booker can get away with.
Fit for fight, sir. Hold. Get in that building. Set up a base of fire. Copy. We take that building. Digger team ready.
I had like Troopers A here too. I could have pushed up. I had a lot of shit I could have pushed up.
That building. Armored transport standing by.
Let's get recon in place.
And destroy.
Okay, that got hit.
Move forward.
Damn, there's a lot of shit out there.
Armored moving out.
There's a lot of shit. Oh my god.
Armored is rolling out. Pop and smoke. Move backwards.
Fortunately, they've got tanks covering it all as well.
10 seconds, not 10 fucking minutes. Driver, move out.
It's alright, I think I've got some shit coming in
Moving as ordered.
that I should be managing.
Copy, moving out.
Where's my shit? Didn't I call in another Shorad?
Heavy armor is on the field.
There it is.
Air defense at your disposal, sir. Already there.
Probably push forward of our tanks, try to keep them on the back foot. They're getting ahead on destruction score quite a bit. We'll try to keep them on the back foot so they don't make a good attack.
Heavy weapons team is under fire. Find some cover. Get in that building. Move to this building.
Let's go back to here and then get in there. Where are you going? Oh yeah, I told you to do that. Yeah, probably don't, actually. Looking at it harder. The fight will be overseen, not anything else.
Rolling.
Booker can hold here.
Striker reporting in. Heavy cab, ready to roll. Weapons team,
No!
orders. Get the fuck out. Move. Take that building. Armored cab is on the field.
They're pushing with tanks. I'll push up with mine.
Out. Pedal to the metal.
Let's leave a scout here.
All
No!
dismount. Copy. Relocating.
Kill that.
Moving to next waypoint. Cavalry here. Cavalry here. We're ready for action. Moving a new fighting position. Striker reporting in. Roger.
Gonna come get the Cav scouts back over on this spot, I reckon.
Already there. Moving there now. Pedal to the metal. Striker ready for combat. Your eyes and ears, sir. Troop transport ready. Reconnaissance ready for action.
Can't engage that alone.
Cab is on the field. Make way. Armor moving out.
I want to go there, but they have so much tank in the way. It wouldn't be as free as it looks.
Heavy cab ready to rumble. Armored cab here.
I'd like to get on this Armada though. Okay, we got arenas coming in.
Abrams
gonna try to come get this armada.
Moving out. The cavalry arrives in the nick of time. Armored is rolling out.
Oh, there's a lot of tank coming in.
Moving to shooting position. Recon vehicle ready.
Armada's moved.
Relocating. You'd be blind without us.
I hope they're AT, or I hope they're not AT, I should say.
Heavy cavalry ready.
I don't know if they are or not.
Infantry ready for action. Combat, we're moving. Armored cav ready to rumble. Back
Yeah, they have AT. I don't know how good it is, but they have it.
on the field. Driver backwards.
Big push. Where's my Shred? Shred's here. Shred's engaging.
Recon team, send traffic. Over. Armored cav engaged in combat.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Good to go. Striker,
Shred kill. Shred kill. Ah, Shred got busy with tanks. No, Shred got it. Shred got it.
armored cav here.
You need to pull out. You need to move.
Cavalry is taking fire.
Frogfoot coming, yo.
Bring us there in 10 seconds. 10 fucking minutes. Recon vehicle, send traffic.
Probably won't be in time to do anything, but we can try.
Viper copy.
Actually, I have Patriots. Patriots should kill it.
Back to home plate.
M1 Abrams, warmed up and ready to go. Holding up
A lot of shit coming over there.
here. We're under
Booker's about to get flanked.
Get those tracks moving.
Booker!
Shoot that target, gunner. Driver, move forward. Moving as ordered. M1 Abrams ready for action. Heavy cab, ready to
Kissing
roll.
his swim returns, yeah, and the things I brought to kill it are dead.
We're engaged. Backwards. New ROE squad. Fire at will. Roger. We're Oscar Mike. Reverse.
No, one of them's still alive.
Driving to coordinates. Striker here. We're combat ready. Cavalry here. Armored is rolling out.
Predictable.
Let's back out.
Oh, the menaces! Look at all that! Get away from the ATGMs. Oh, fuck me! Closer to ATGM.
Throttle. Your eyes and ears, sir. Heavy cav in combat. Solid copy. Advance and report. Move backwards.
Oh shit.
New 2.00 donation from Mr. Trattino Basso Blinky.
What are you waiting for?
For peasants, please don't bind a.
Yeah, no worries.
Lock and load. We're moving. Get that engine running.
Great arty from my teammate there.
Heavy armor in combat.
Oh shit, that fucker sees me.
Transport in combat. Driver, move back.
Ouch.
Halt, halt, halt. What are you waiting for?
I don't really have anything to do with that.
Need supplies? Good copy. Next waypoint.
Spoiling them. Where are my peasants, Spiegel? That's a great question. Where are your peasants, Blinky? I can try clustering this. That's about it. Then I just need to call in more shit. We'll just strike our RVs at this point of how late in the game it is.
Copy. Relocating.
Fighting Falcon, mission ready. Proceeding as frag.
Ah, lost the set.
Flying NOE. Returning to new.
Lost the U on the way in. Even held. How many players have been fighting against? I'm not actually sure if I've held against too many.
Breaker 1-9. Who needs supply? Roger.
No, the MML.
Roger. Moving
Okay, we're gonna do this.
back pedal, driver. Driver, reverse.
It's got active protection. No.
Backwards. Driver, backwards.
I'm gonna have to kite this.
Here, try. Forward, go.
I need to get it to tank onto the AA troopers. Oh, you can just kill me with a machine gun. You can just kill me with a cord. It's gonna kill me with a cord. I'm not gonna make it. Ah!
Heavy transport here, send trap.
This is the problem of a lack of helo here, is I don't have anything to hold of now. I didn't bring in enough. I do more on top of, like, holding my shit.
Shut your crowcatcher and move out. 10, Roger. We're rolling. Roger. Ain't nothing gonna get
Yeah, and they're up close now, so they're hitting all this shit.
We're combat ready. Radar deactivated.
We'll still win, but it's bad for me to, like, not have anything to hold all this. It's because I got a bit busy with the tank play there and then bring in, like, new infantry to replace all the infantry that died that was holding before.
They're shooting us in the back with AT.
Tank moment. I told you to run, but we're not running. Oh, I mean, you got a frogfoot kill, so I guess. Oh, thank you, Viper. Oh, no!
Striker
And the strikers do get here, but just a little bit too late to save the Patriot. Well, they got here. We got it in the end. With the different teammate colors, I notice who's helping me more, I've noticed, which is nice.
Good copy. Next waypoint received. Anti-aircraft here. At your command.
I think once again here, this match, generally when I've fallen apart, it's because I've done the same mistake I said before, which is where I don't have enough stuff, and I get overwhelmed. You can be that guy. You can be that guy, Obsidian. What's up?
Moving out.
What do you want to be that guy about?
Air defense here. Personal carrier here.
Let's see if I can kill these guys with the strikers before the match ends.
Copy.
But there was at least 3 instances where apart Gimli pre-sighted on C would have stuffed up a lot of tank engagements. And I had the points for it. I agree. I thought about Gimli's like once.
Transport reporting in.
I was a little busy doing other shit mentally though, but to really ever do it. But yeah, that would have been good. I definitely want to put howitzers in this deck though,
Recon vehicle standing by.
for sure.
Striker here. We're combat ready. Everybody out.
And that's the match.
Smoke screen.
Yeah, I want Artie. This deck lacks Artie. And I need howitzers. I don't need all the Patriots. You pre-sight Artie? Yeah, with Hold Fire, you can. Definitely getting used to this style more. There's moments there where I was like, oh, can you, to my teammates, can you come and helo, like, control this? But I probably should have just called it AMPVs and taken it myself. Checkmate says, I think Marine Striker would be a better balance by giving you some helos. Yeah, I also agree that we could play Marine Striker and do very similar things here. We wouldn't have the AMPVs, we just use the Strikers instead. I could do very similar things, but have more grunt. So rather than tweaking this deck to add a bit more other stuff to it, maybe I just do that, yeah. Maybe I just do that. What's my ord? Capture. But, like, strategically, I think for all the, you know, usually I talk about my downsides, and we talked about some already. I think, on the positive side for me there, I felt like that was a very strategic match for me, in that I played from the flank that doesn't have a zone, and supported my teammates as where my teammates, with those strikers there. I pushed in when the strikers went in, and took advantage of their gains, rather than just sitting there and being hesitant. And then I probed forward of the Chadleys and the Abrams, and raised a little bit of hell. And then I fell back before it got too bad, which was good. The greed moment, which I knew was a greed moment in advance, is when I was like, I'm going to send the Abrams onto the right to go and snipe their backline, because it was so tantalizing, right? Like, I felt like, oh, I'm so dumb, like, you know, like, they've got Tors right there, just 2 more kilometers. But that 2 more kilometers, like, the enemy had a lot of tank, a lot of infantry all over the place. And in the end, the Abrams did die for me being greedy, my first trophy, because I pushed forward, and then it got swarmed by itself in K16 spam that it just couldn't handle. It went down hard, but it did lose. And if I'd instead followed the golden rule of always have the Chadleys scouting for the Abrams, then that wouldn't have happened to it. Also, I would have had autocannons on the Chadleys to help kill them. So that was a mistake I made. But other than that, like, I fell back, you know, a few times. I was elastic. I fell back before I got too fucked up. Camp Every says, you're also 2v4 1 most of the match. Keep that in mind. Oh, yeah, there was a couple of colors there. I didn't really pay attention to how V1 I was there, because I felt pretty okay with the pressure most of the time. But you're right that I was, like, fighting different colors there, yes. But that was alright. I think I played pretty elastically between my side of the river and their 2 points for most of the match in a way that was good. So that would be my pros for myself for that match. But cons is like, yeah, like a bit slow to think of some things like I can bring in AMPVs with infantry to take those points of mech engineers. Just moments like that where I could have leveraged the strength of my deck to do more but didn't. Which I won't be able to do as hot if I go Marine Striker. I won't have the AMPVs to have the, like, tough infantry there, but, I can still bring in Amtraks full of infantry. They're kind of like more like transports, but it would work. I think the strength of the AMPVs is fighting with the armor, right? Like, if I'd actually brought them in with the tanks go in, take the ground, and then the infantry dislodge. But you probably don't want to do that right away anyway. Like, you might want to do that to let your infantry get in to get a toehold to fight enemy garrisoned infantry. But you don't want to go straight in, because as soon as you take a zone, it'll get artilleried in spite. So you kind of want to take a zone, pull the tanks out of there, and then wait, like, you know, a couple of minutes till it gets napalmed, and then move in afterwards and control around it. Anyway, let's look at the wins and losses. Striker Javelin didn't live the best life, but Chadley did. The Chadleys are really good. I love Chadleys. They're very, very good. Quite a few good lives for these Bradleys. Did a lot of things. I brought in the AA, but they never did a ton. I didn't have a good formation of them. I think it's more important to keep them together with a good formation. Also, one thing of having no helicopter logistics is I find it really hard to, like, top up my AA with supplies, because my trucks are already out. It'll be nice to play Marine Striker and have some healer logistics again, I will admit. M3 for CFE, M3 CFE. Trophy did alright. Could have lived better, but it lived pretty neutral. Yeah, the Shura did blow itself up. I don't know how that happened. Must have been behind a building or something. That's a shame. Maybe it could have 1v2'd, who knows. Mech Rifles had a good time. Troopers, Striker, Booker. I didn't really get to use the Bookers much, but I also didn't realize... When did this Booker kill two T-72s? Huh? Is that the one that got cut off by itself and I looked away like, oh, you're dead? Did it kill two T-72s on its own? Without any micro? What? Yeah, maybe Booker is good. What the fuck? Okay, we're gonna use more Booker next match. Autocannons are the king of close range, I guess. That rate of fire. Booker believers win again, yeah. Yeah, this was the one in the forest that I was microwing that only killed a Sturmoviki then died. Sturmoviki. One of my weaknesses playing RU is I don't know what their fucking infantry does. But yeah, this one apparently, like, just took on all comers. Okay, could've used them more. This Sept didn't live so strong. Cavalry Scouts got to eat something. Bringing in the Scouts endemically with my recon vehicles is definitely a good idea. Show me if you like combat engineers, weak AT, good CQB, okay. This Patriot was worth bringing in at least. That ate shit up. And then Striker Javelin killed an arena, cool. On the losses front, anything go big on me? The Toz killed some infantry. Sharad blew itself up. Man, oh, I was at the bottom. I was about to say I didn't lose many units. What the hell? This arena, 8. Finished everything off. Oh, that's the one that went on the breakthrough. That's why. That's the one that killed me in the forest and then went through into the rear. They even got the pilot! No! Oh my god. Up here at the start of the match, it was more like 1v1v1v1v1s. Okay. Let's, maybe do a Marine Striker. I'm curious to try and build that now. Well, I already have Marine Striker, but let's, like, rework it. Striker plus USMC. Let's rework this shit. Maybe I do... Green Ops. No, because if I want an AT scout, I do have these guys now. So I can keep these guys SD. It'll be fun to use SD again. And I'll have snipers again. I can probably cut down to 1 Predator for backline anti-infil, but then go harder on the shadows, because these seem really cool to just have loitering. It might be cool to have more scout snipers, we'll see. The recon strikers are good, but I don't know if I need more than 2 of them at a time. Oh, I don't have Chadleys with this deck. That'll suck. I'll have to use the recon strikers for that role, and I don't really like them as much, to be quite honest. I think that would be the biggest loss not playing armor is the no Chadleys. So I'd happily play armor airborne again, but then you don't get the Striker Shorad. You gotta pick what you want, I guess. The Chadley is a good unit, though. It is really good. With that in mind, I probably do need more Striker RVs then. They're so expensive, too. Okay, go to 3 Shadows. 4 Forcon. Can I fit more scouts? I can if I cut more drones. It'd be nice to have more of them, but I don't know if I can really afford it. This is for if I want a little cheap recon, which I do lack a cheap recon vehicle here. Unfortunately. What is the purpose of this deck? The purpose of this deck is not to do infantry pushes. The purpose of this deck is to play armored. Well, what I want to retool it into is to play armored and then turn that into, like, Marines dug into a point, I guess. But then wouldn't that be better with armor airborne? But then you don't get strikers, that's the thing. You want to play strikers because you want to play the striker Shorad. But then isn't it better just to play armor airborne? I guess you get a bigger air tab and you get a better recon tab. So it can't just be to play mech and then roll infantry in, because you want to take... Like, you've got the advantage of all this good ground recon. I guess the purpose of this deck, in comparison to Armor Airborne, would be to play a blend where maybe I'm opening with a more traditional, like, ground recon rollout, and then I'm looking for exploit points to, like, send in FEPs with Striker Shorad. Highlander says Marine Striker is the way to trust the process. Yeah, I want to try it. I'll try it again. I do want to play Armored Airborne, though. But I also said after this I'd play some helicopters, so I gotta do that, too, before it gets too late. How do you find dug into a point? Are they just vulnerable objects they stay on point? So we don't want to stay on the zone, but, like, in the areas around it, ready to react to a push on it. And he says, Marine Striker goes so hard, it's hard to play over spec. So what's your overall strategy of Marine Striker? How do you play it? I think we need more HCs. And then I want to try these damn Bookers again. These seem really good, and I kind of want to bring more of them. These seem really good for close quarters shit, whereas this is more open field. Oh, but that's too many now. Go to 3. What else? Probably less troopers, because these guys are going to be my defenders. Before I was like, this is my ATGM. But these guys are probably more like my defensive line, and then these guys go in. Maybe I don't do troopers for that role. Maybe I go cat toe. It's more expensive. But the lack of ammo on these guys fucking hurts. But man, 140 points for Cat Saber also fucking hurts. God damn. That's so expensive. I'm getting sleep, PG. I'm just waking up and playing, that's all. Then he says, Marines for CQC, Strikers for everything else, and Marine tanks. Just bring troopers for ATGMs. They run out so quick, though. Unless I bring them in an MTVR with supplies. Rather than the Striker ICV. How things been going? Pretty good. I'm having a lot of fun. How about you, PG? Maybe you can cut down a little bit on the Marines here. I don't know. Let's say the infantry choices are fine. Marines and Smalls go in together. Marine Raiders, okay. Then he says, yeah, but if paired with Strikers have Jazz, you don't have ATGMs. Yeah, but I want a defensive infantry choice here. I don't want to play offensive with these guys, so I don't want to be looking at them. I want a unit that I can just leave in a spot, and it does its job. Which is why I'm thinking the toes instead. Even if they're like toe 2As, even if they're not big toes. I want defenders, you know? I don't want a micro unit, because I'm going to forget about them. Even in that last match, I was not on top of resupplying my troopers. Yeah, guard unit, that's right. So maybe I want the cat toes instead. And how many are they? They're 8, so they can come in AAV as well. Just hard to fit many of them. 2 is probably enough. Is the big total much better? Yes. Yes, it is. It is that much better. But it's so fucking expensive! But maybe just do it. Nah, I mean, if they're defenders, they don't need to be top tier, actually. They can be lower tier. If we can fit one AAV for them both, that works. Or, no, just bring them in trucks. Bring them in trucks. Same with the Troopers AA. The only problem here is I'm like really light on strikers now. But to get more, I think I have to... No, I don't have to cut anything. I can fit this. This works. M2 or AGL? Yeah, it's top tank of the upgrade, that's right. It is way better against heavy tanks, PG, but against anything but the heaviest tanks, this should still be fine. And I think 140 is just too much for a defensive unit. For me using it as a defensive unit, I mean. So I can get 2 normal strikers, 3 recon strikers, that's a lot of strikers. The Marine Raiders are a bit luxury with the AAVs. What's the ground speed difference if I get an ACV? 100. What if I armor it up? Call me crazy, but I kind of want to do ACVs for... Oh, I can't because they're 14, you fuckers! It worked for Delta, but not for you. I was going to say, I want a quicker way to get Raiders in and out. I want to raid with them like Delta. I can't do that. Do I have anything that goes fast? I mean, just drive around in the trucks, I guess. You could just go Raiders, go in MTVRs for raids. Is there a second truck? I could get Hemmets, but they're way expensive. Doing a raid in a Hemmet would be pretty fucking hardcore, though. Osprey's a certified raider carrier. My kingdom for like one other Marine Raiders transport. Nah, we haven't got it. At least I get extra AAVs. It's always good to have more, I guess. Alright. What else? Let's say we're vaguely happy with this for now. Support tab is 8 times missiles with B-kit armor. Why have I gone for this one? Oh, because I don't get the armored one. Right. So it's between these two. So it's either this one or this one for 250. Maybe go this one for 250 if I can fit it. I don't know if I can. I probably can. Very similar, but you get a bit more range on the Pack 3 MSE. We've done this yesterday, this comparison. If I can fit it, it might be worth it, but my deck's already bloated, so I'm not sure. There's not a lot else I want to cut, so just having the bit worse Patriot for a bit less money is probably the way to go. Got that extra armor off it. We get a HIMARS in this deck, don't we, if we want it? Yeah, we do. But someone said yesterday that 12 times Pack 3 MSC can defend itself from Seed. Why can't the Pack 3 without MS... sorry, why can't the Pack 3 MSC with 8 do it? They have the same multi-target, it's just missiles per target. So shouldn't the... Is it just like number of ammo? It should be the same. Do you want the upgraded Patriots? You only get multi-track if you mask upgrade them. No, so you only need to go 4. See, 4 is multi-target 2, 8 is multi-target 3, 12 is just multi-target 3, but it's missiles per target 2. So this is important if you want to shoot at something twice at a row, like you want to kill a jet. But if you're just protecting yourself from seed, you don't need it, right? So it is good, don't get me wrong, it is good. But, if I could fit it, I might even go whole hog for the 12. But as it is, if I want to save... then I think the Patriot Pack 3 on its own is probably okay. But he says, I don't screen them from seed, I just micro the MSC, that's up to you. Nah, I don't want to micro it. I won't get that done. We've only got 2 Striker M Sharads, that's fine. I really wasn't calling in more than 2 at a time, to be honest. They do go pretty hard, 2 at a time is fine. The only thing of having 2 here is you'd run out of, like... Oh, I gotta go to the Hellfires, too. The only thing of only having 2 is that... you know, if I'm waiting on to reinforce with them, but that's a bit bougie to have extra just for if they die. I think usually if your strikers die, your vehicles probably died too, and then you can just wait till everything's ready again together. Because I typically don't use them unless I'm using them with vehicles. Max out on the trucks. Definitely bring the howitzers. It would just be like if I wanted to drop the mortar carriers for HIMARS instead. Cluster HIMARS. Do you see any ambulances? I think I do. Probably HIMARS. Technically you could fit 2 HIMARS in this deck, which could be neat. Double strike. I want to try if I can fit it, if I can cut from somewhere else, but I'm not sure if I can. I'm already very over budget. We'll get back to that later. Helos, mixed loadout. Viper sounds good to me, but is this the wrong one? Yeah, I had it set up the wrong way. Silly me. Did that reset, or am I just stupid? I must have been dumb. I wasn't getting the discount. You gotta make sure you get the 5-point discount. No, wait. Am I dumb? No, I'm correct. I'm correct. This saves 5. I wish I could bring 2 of these. Can I, like, cut some Helology and somehow bring 2? And I was just saying how the lack of Helology hurts me a lot. I do like having helicopters again. I could cut either the Stallion or the Osprey and bring... I don't think so. I think even if you cut them, you can't fit it anyway. Even if you cut that, you still can't fit one. You don't need 2 Ospreys? Okay, buddy. Calm the fuck down. Maybe you don't need 2 Ospreys. I use 2 Ospreys all the fucking time when I play Marines. Maybe you don't. I do. Sorry, personal attack on me there. Don't come for my Ospreys. I'm constantly using them back to back. That is not a theory option. But it's more whether I need 2 Ospreys and a King Stallion. It's good to have, but I don't know if I need it. I could probably get away of not having, like, cutting one of these 3. Either 1 Osprey and 1 King Stallion, or the King Stallion itself. But I just don't really know what else I fit in here. That's the thing. That's the thing about the way the math works out on the Marines tab, is if you have, like, 3 big transports, you can't really fit another Viper. And I just did the math. Even if you drop this, you still can't fit another Viper. See? That's the problem, is even if you cut so much, you still just barely are 10 points off fitting this. You'd have to go down to Hydras, and this option fucking sucks. Then he says AH-1Ws with Sidewinders for mobile anti-helicopter is so good. That's true, that's something I could bring. I could bring a really cheap one. Either as a gunship or as kind of a Kiowa. That's a really good point, yeah, we can do that. Maybe I can even fit 2 of those. If I cut the Venoms, I could, but I don't really want to do that. Then I have so little Helology. They would be much better to deploy in pairs, though, if I'm doing the Sidewinder thing. Like, if I'm just doing the Hydras, okay, 1 to pair with the Viper is fine, I guess. Fuck, you can even actually fit a cheaper AT-1. But... yeah, you could even fit a cheaper gunship like this for cutting the King Stallion. G-Motor for AVs? Yes. You can even go gunship. So it's kind of just like a worse version, right? Just a little bit worse. It's like a little bit slower, but you can fit 2 of them. It's a little bit slower. The ECM is considerably worse, which is noticeable. That will get it killed. But I do get 2 of them. The Hydras are also worse. Don't, like, pay attention to that as well. Like, these are not APKWS. They are a bit worse. But... yeah? Optics is down too? Yeah. I mean, it is a second Helo AT gunship, which is cool. That is very cool, actually. And all I gotta do is just not have the King Stallion, which I think I can get away with. Because if I had to cut the King Stallion or the Ospreys, I'd rather cut the King Stallion, I think. I could go 1 Osprey, 1 King Stallion. It's really only for if I want to, like, heavy lift vehicles. Does it really matter? Like, yeah, the supply lift, but you can, like... It's rare that I want to helo drop 16 tons of supply somewhere, I find. And there's not really any vehicles, because I'm not even running lavs. Yeah, like, if this was a little bit lighter and you could helo drop strikers with the King Stallion, that would make it different. But you're just a ton underneath what you need. Otherwise, that'd be goated. That would be really cool, but they're just that little bit too heavy, unfortunately. But says, does the Viper also have a Hydro Rocket option to swap out AP to KWS? Yeah, but it sucks. It's not even going from 30 AP to 30 Hydras, it's going from 38 to 14, so it kind of just sucks shit. Unfortunately. What if you were to go... Like Benny was saying, 155. Yeah, you know, with a bigger helo tab, probably, but... I think I liked what I had. That gives me 2 gunships to work with, which is nice. What sprays do we have for these? It's like Nom style. Do they both have the same? Oh, that one's kind of sick. I kind of dig that one. I want it to be marine grey, though. I'm kind of a sicko. 2 of those, 1 Venom, 2 Ospreys, and we don't have the King Stallion. I think I can work with this. I can even afford to put on the Hydras here if I want for 10 more. 14 isn't many. I don't know if it's really worth bringing. If it was 38, like, instantly pick, definitely. I don't really know if it's worth it for 14, though. I feel like that can only, like, tickle an infantry squad 1 time. I just don't think it does much. Probably better to just keep it cheap. Maybe you get, like, a blob of them, you know, then it would be good. Alright, so let's say we go with this. 2 gunships. This one is better for pure AT reaction. This one is more of the can-do-everything gunship. Well, not literally everything. If I did want to go Sidewinders on it, I would just have to cut the Venom, right? Yeah. Which I could also see myself doing, like, I don't always use the Venom. But only 1 Viper with 2 Sidewinders. All it's going to do is piss something off. It's not going to kill anything. Let's stick with this for now. Let's go to the air tab. I have not been feeling my F-35s lately. Maybe I need to go away from the Stormbreakers. The Stormbreakers are kind of hard to use these days, I guess. Maybe I should be bringing 1,000-pound bombs instead. The JSOW is still good. I think I just gotta, like, get good again. I've kind of got, like, a bit timid and boring about trying to get JSOWs off. The JSOW is still a really good munition. And is really good at stopping tank pushes, which is usually the thing you need to react to quickly. I think I just gotta get better at using these again. Okay, I got a cluster bombing Falcon. I got 2 Seed Prowlers. Yeah, we like the ASF Hornet here. I like the long-range ASFs. Maverick Harrier. And 2nd Bomber Harrier. Okay. Honestly, it'd be really cool to have 2 of these in the deck and roll out with both of them at the start, but I don't think this is the deck I fit that in. You could airdrop Strikers if I brought a Harvest Torque, but only 1. I think I already went pretty hard over this air tab, and I think it looks fine. You got a bit of bombing. You got your seed, which should really go on the end of every strike, so you can put it on the end. also put this on the end for ASFing. F-35, bomber. Okay, Maverick Run can go down here as well. I'll just like move everything down a bit. So I'll try to remember to bring a Prowler with all my airstrikes when I can. What is an F-16 CJ? It is a, Seed. Seed F-16. It's got 4 harms on it. It's like a more expensive but faster Prowler. Yeah, if anything, I could even, like, turn this into a Maverick F-16C and then just do, like, cut something else and bring in two cluster bomber Harriers and cut this one, but I don't think it quite fits. J for Jammer, I assume? I don't know, actually. Any airheads know what F-16CJ stands for, what the J is? Okay, so everything is good, but I need to, like, cut 615 out of my deck. So probably cut the 3rd Booker. We're still learning these things anyway. And then I don't know where else you cut. Maybe some from the support tower or something. The extra HIMARS is costing a lot here. Jet, so you don't forget what it is. Yeah, that's what it stands for. Maybe cut a Raiders. I said it before, I rarely find myself using 2 Raiders at once. I usually just use 1. So you could cut 1 Marine Raiders. I may find I want them back, but for now we can try it. You could also cut the HCs from this deck completely and only use the FEP trophies. Prof says, why not a really cheap Fighting Falcon ASF? Because I can't fit it. I'm already maxed out my air tab with all this shit, and there isn't any capability I really want to cut here. And the F-18C is better because, especially for the early air attacks, the long-range missiles make a massive difference. They're huge. They're massive and huge. But yeah, you could cut the HCs, but I don't know if I want to. You can play this with friends. Maybe later, but not right now. I'm really a solo guy right now. Arguably, I could cut a little bit of this. I could go bong. Cut one of the recon strikers. And I just have to cut 80 more somewhere. What costs 80 that we want to get rid of? It's definitely a more generalist deck. Like, I need to actually play not just one type of force, but a combined force, which is good. It's good. I think playing the Armor Plus Striker is a great trainer for forcing myself to play tanks. But now this is like a bit more normal again. The Predator? Yeah, I could cut the Predator. Monster Troopers A, I could do that too, yes. I may not need all 4 of them. So we've got Troopers A on the chopping block, MQ1 Predator on the chopping block. This seems rare that I use this. Because even if anti-infil became a problem, I could just send the Shadow in. Cut the VA benefits, says Geekomatic. Oh my god. Probably use 4 AA Troopers more than the Pred. Yeah, I'd probably just cut the Pred. Alright, anyone want 5 more points or something? It's free, we're on sale. I also could see myself trading, like, for more Scout Snipers, too. Or even just more Shadows. Like, I wouldn't mind cutting 100 for somewhere else in the deck and trying out 4 Shadows and having them, like, constantly be up on my flanks. Because they're really cheap, and the loader time is good, so if I have 2 on my flanks at all times, and then I replace them with 2 whenever they're off station... I really want to try that. Can I cut 100 somewhere else? I really want to try that. I know it's a bit bougie. But I really want to try actually spamming these things now that I see them. Because it's just nice to know that, like, I don't have to walk over there. It's kind of like a motion tracker in XCOM or a battle scanner. It's nice to just know that I don't have to send recon troops to my flank. I know it's clear. But says, I dropped the night attack, I can take more shadows and snipers. Yeah, I'm not really doing a lot of bombing. It's true. I could get more recon. I have a lot of recon already, though. Checkmate says, even if you spam them at 50 costs, how long could they really take to respawn? So it's not the respawn time, it's the travel time. They take so long to get back and forth. Benny says, they get picked off randomly by aircraft doing strikes all the time. It's a problem since they count as planes. Ah. Well, alright, then maybe we just go like this. Because this works, right? I've got a wolf pack of like 6 strikers when I want to play that way. I've got howitzers, I've got HIMARS, I've got very competent AA. Assuming these can actually... I've yet to actually see it, but assuming these can actually protect themselves from seed, if deployed correctly, we've got that. I've got a reasonable looking tank tab. I gotta use these bookers more, because they seem disgusting. Does the Venom minigun cost 5? Yeah, it does. I can add it. Go on, have a minigun as a treat. Great recon tab. Good looking infantry tab. I've even got some ATGM now. This is an armor deck. This is Striker USMC. Good vehicle tab. Good support tab. Actually, a surprisingly good helicopter tab for Marines now, because I remembered that the Super Cobra exists. I did forget you can fit 2 gunships if you just go a Super Cobra and cut a big helicopter. A big Logi helicopter. That's probably looking a lot better. And then the air tab honestly looks pretty competent. Half of it is, like, very slow. But used right, this looks kind of competent. Okay, I'm ready to play this, I think. Let's go and try it. Sell me Broken Arrow in a single sentence. It is the best RTS game one of the best games I've played in my entire life, and I'm 35 years old, and I grew up playing Command & Conquer as my first memory of a human being. Nukeman says, how much is a nuke, and can we spam them? They're 1,000. So, it depends how rich you are. Launch. Convinced, thank you. If you want to get into it for single player, though, to be more serious, beware that the single player is a bit janky and like not a lot of content right now, in my opinion, that's like super fun. But I haven't played through the campaign, just what I've experienced of it before and whatever. So you can press single player. Yeah, if you're in it for the multiplayer, fuck yeah, best game ever. It has the best multiplayer ever. I love it. If you buy it and you don't like it, come and fight me. Alright, put on my Strikers USMC, or my USMC Strikers. Which one of us gets to wear it? Kuma, are you the Marine? Am I the Marine? I'm gonna be the Marine, Kuma. I like having the crowns. Coming from Company Heroes franchise, actually? Yeah. See, I like Company Heroes too, but I ended up being much more of a Dawn of War 2 fan. There's a lot of room for that kind of micro here. It may not feel like it sometimes, but there is a lot of room for that kind of micro here. The game is deceptively small scale in how many units you need to control to be effective. Meandering River. We never get to play River. Let's go to River. No one ever votes for River.